Welcome, everyone, to episode one of the Russia series. And in this series, we're going to create more Russian influence throughout the globe. And our main goal is to reduce all influence from the US. And this should be a lot easier than the United States series. For one thing, Russia isn't in debt as much as the US, and that should make things a lot easier. And also, Russia produces more things to sell. So, with those two things right off the bat, it's going to make things a lot easier. And hopefully, this series will do a lot better than the United States series. Wind up going to war and things just turn for the worse. So in this series, I'm not really looking to do a military intervention. Um, Strictly going to be economic policies and just trying to grow the economy. So right now, the goal is going to be to try to get a $1 trillion treasury reserve. And that should be pretty easy because right now our debt is all right. So we're in a 2.64% deficit, which isn't bad. So we roughly have a deficit of 41 billion, and with a few policies, that's going to be eliminated. And let's see what else. Our public debt is 241 billion. So overall, close to 300 billion in debt. And like I said, that's nothing. So let's proceed. Okay, so
My informants report that the temperature in the streets regarding opinion of you is neither hot nor cold, neither hostile nor openly favorable. People seem to have some sort of expectations that we can't manage to fulfill.
all right, so let's address the tax issue. So I know I can do about 2%. And let's see, what should we name this? Okay, and let's see. So how much are we bringing in for vehicles? It's only 47 million. Let's address company turnover. And let's see. So we're going to raise industrial pollution. All right, that won't pass. So what about two? Yeah, that still won't pass. We'll come back to it. So highway tolls. Let's see. Nope. People don't like it, so not going to do that this early. All right. Okay, that's going to pass. People don't like it, but that's going to pass also. And that should help growth. Mm, okay, people don't like it. So let's go to this. This should pass. People don't like it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And let's see what else we can do. All right, that's going to be it for now. And let's go into service. You know what? I'm not going to do that as an reform. Just going to pass it. And let's see. And let's restructure the structure healthcare. And let's see. So I'm doing everything I can to try to jumpstart the economy. So at first it's going to look pretty bad from a deficit perspective, but everything is going to bounce back. And let's see, energy. Where are we with energy? So our consumption is 796, but our cap is 781. So I think I'm going to build about five. And one more. All right. So all right. So let's proceed.
In the 21st century, a modern state can no longer afford to manage a multitude of activities which are far removed from sovereign functions, which burden the national budget, and concerning which the laws of the market would be much more effective. My privatization project is based upon these principles.
I must confess to you that the current level of our budget deficit is not at all reassuring. It weakens our economy while continuously creating more debts, the interest on which we will have to pay.
I must inform you that we have identified new suspects and have updated the file accordingly. I urge you to consult it regularly. I will not always update you on every development.
All right, so let's take a look at our spies. All right, so we're not going to spy on China. We're going to pull people out of Egypt. So Indonesia, France, we're just going to spy. Let's do industrial spying. Germany, just political. Iran, yeah, we're just going to politically spy. They're just going to spy on everyone for now. Not going to make any aggressive moves. Turkey. I'm going to pull people out of Turkey because that's going to help us better our relations with them. UK, we're just going to spot. Ukraine. Do industrial sabotage. United States, we want to put more people in. And we're going to send our main spy in the United States.
I must inform.
And our terrorists, we're going to infiltrate the Russian mafia. And the Russian Brethren of Islam. We're going to keep a file on ISIS. So I may do a slight intervention in Syria, but not right away. And let's get started with trying to boost our economy. Sit with China, sit with Japan, Let's sit with the Philippines. Let's see. Let's sit with Vietnam. And let's keep that to that group for now. And later on, we're gonna sit with Brazil, Argentina, and maybe even Cuba. We want to be on the want to make the United States nervous.
I think you're doing a good job.
You know full well that in our services, the empathy curve usually stays close to zero. However, I have placed my agents under surveillance, and I can assure you that after what you've done for them, you're in the good books of 98.7% of the staff. I would still be careful, though, to ensure this emotional disruption doesn't get out of hand. In the field, an emotional agent is a dead agent.
Okay, so far we're doing good. So our approval rating just went back up. You have all these people nervous
We risk
about
state
the
bankruptcy
deficit.
with such a budget deficit level. The banks and silent international partners might turn their backs on us at any minute. We need to save money.
Our team is in place. The information gathered on this suspect terrorist will be archived directly into his dossier, which you can consult at any time.
Okay. And let's see, what am I forgetting here? So industry. Yeah, we don't need to control the auto industry, so I'm gonna release that and privatize it. And the iron industry. Going to subsidize apples and we're going to subsidize milk. We barely produce enough for that. So we're not too far off with our consumption demand. I don't want to do too many economic policies because everyone's going to get real nervous and then try to kick me out or something. So I'll wait until I make our big deal with China and Japan. That should boost our economy right off the bat. And then I can invest in other areas.
The budget deficit is in alert. Our main silent partners refuse henceforth to lend us a single coin.
You are giving our country a big breath of fresh air.
I must inform you that we have removed certain suspects from the file.
Alright, let's take a look again. Alright, we're still good.
Although your economy is among the healthiest, your solvency may not be.
We have obtained some information on this terror suspect. I urge you to examine his file.
Alright, let's take a look. Nothing stands out.
Although your economy is among the healthiest, your
I'd be happy to. Yes. That's really kind of you. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Alright.
You're really peachy keen. And I tell you that I keep harping on to my great-great-grandchildren about it. It's true. You're the creme de la creme. And I've seen them come and go.
Alright, so everyone's getting nervous about the economy. Let's take a look at Parliament here. Alright.
We are in a dead end. The country's on the edge of...
Alright, so my entire cabinet is getting real nervous because even though it's going to bounce back up, we have a 7.1 deficit. So they're just really nervous, and it's going to bounce back starting on the 14th because that's when all of my policies will go into play through Parliament. Let's take a look at crime here. Okay, here we go. This is what I've been waiting for now.
No thanks. My ulcer. Very kind.
Alright, the first thing we're going to do is sell some oil. All right, there we go. 59 billion right off the bat. Now, natural gas is the other. Well, actually, let's try with fuel. Okay, they produce enough fuel. but they don't produce enough natural gas. All right, let's see if we can start an alliance with them. No, not ready yet, but we'll get there. So I'm going to end this meeting. So 59 and 20 something. So bringing in close to 70 billion.
Well done. You have just signed your first contract. A note from my department will allow a rapid expert appraisal on this contract. It is attached to the contract.
So the next meeting should be with Japan. Let's take a look at this.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
After privatizing this,
Purchasing power declines. This is very bad news in the current situation, which is already very difficult for our fellow countrymen, as we acknowledge.
Okay.
Sure. Dark and strong, please. I hope you didn't make...
Okay, so with Japan, same thing. I'm going to do fuel. Okay, that was good. That was 83 billion that we're bringing in. Let's see if natural gas. Okay, that's going to bring in more. And we're going to end that meeting. So it should take a few minutes for this to actually hit our economy.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed. The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
After privatizing this sector, it will be hard to say right away whether we will come out on top financially. Selling our shares was definitely a success and will provide money up front, but on the other hand, this was a very dynamic sector that let us bring in substantial profits each year. Hindsight will, of course, be 2020.
Although your economy is among the healthiest, your solvency may not be safe from depreciation. Your country's elevated financial solvency risk requires us to warn financial players about investment risks. Your rating is not good. You know what you have to do. Let me remind you, in case you're unaware, that our assessment is mainly based on your projected budget deficit, the amount of your debt, and, this specific to our agency, on the operating expenses of your public sector.
Okay, so let's look. All right, we're doing good now. So we're going to be bouncing back. So those policies that quick has raised us to a 5.55.
Hello? Yes? I'm calling you from the office here. I'm completely overwhelmed now and my phone is broken. I'm really down on my luck. I hope that my secretary told you. What? She didn't tell you anything. You really can't trust anyone. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that you've managed to put things back on an even keel. Finally, just what we need not to sink to the bottom. To permanently restore the situation to normal, there is still much effort to be done. But you are on the right track. Keep it up. All right. See you soon.
You've changed the deal on ecological issues. I would even say that you're positioning yourself as a real rampart against the looting of the planet. In the name of our children, thank you.
The household purses remain desperately empty. Lodging and food use almost all of the household income.
Okay.
Sure. Dark and strong, please.
All right, let's see what we're going to sell the Philippines. All right. We are... Let's see, steel. Okay, that should be pretty easy then. And Let's see, paper. And it's not much. We're not going to get much for that. Let's just go with the oil.
Very kind.
So I think I'm going to end the first episode. As you can see, our economy is starting to go up. So we now have an excess of 324 billion. We have a quarterly surplus of 2 trillion, 2.1 trillion. So, of course, that's not going to last like that. It's going to go down. But we're moving in the right direction. And next episode, we're just going to continue with these policies to help boost the economy. And we're going to start making some infrastructure investments. So I'm probably looking to build a high-speed line from Kazan to Ufa. Or Samara. I might do one from Kazan to Samara and then over to Ufa. And then maybe some highways. But we shall see in the next episode, and see you soon.